Hi, my name's Leanne and today I'm going to show you how to make a wired cape top. Okay, I've got my materials here in front of me. Some I've prepared earlier. I'm going to show you how to make and wire each one of them and tape them as well. I've got my fern here, soft ruscus, ivy, spray carnations and some roses. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the fern. There's one I've wired. I'm going to show you how I got to that stage. I'm going to take one of the thinnest wires I've got, which is a silver wire, and then double leg mount it. So I'm just folding that round at the base of the stem and then just twisting once, twice, about 3 times until that's secure. Then I'm going to tape it. There's a couple of different types of tape that you can get. This one's the Stemtex variety, which is very stretchy. I'm going to put that round to cover my wire, start it at the top, holding it firmly, and then just hold and twist, stretching the tape out as I go, so you get neat coverage of the wire. Okay, that's one done. So that's the one I wired, and I'm just going to cover that with tape also. The tape helps keeps the moisture in at the bottom of the stem and just makes everything look a bit neater. Right, we've got the soft ruscus next. There's one I've wired. I'm going to show you how to wire that. Again, with a thin wire. You can hook it over the bottom leaf, it makes it more secure. Wrap it round so you've got double leg mount there, and then twist a couple of times, make it secure, and pull down. I'm going to tape that also. Get good coverage, and it all blends in with the green. And tape this one. Okay, remembering to stretch that tape out, and it helps it to secure and stick also. Okay, so to wire the ivy leaf, I'm going to pierce it through there and back through, so you get a tiny stitch on the front of the leaf, but it's nice and neat, not too visible. Then, being careful not to rip the leaf, thread it through and pull either side leg down. Then you want to wrap it once, twice, a couple of times round so it's secure, and then just pull down so it's nice and neat. You then need to cover that one in tape, same as before, just get it nice and secure around the top so it's nice and neat and won't move. Press quite firmly and then pull down as you stretch the tape out. That's one. That was the leaf I'd done earlier. Again, you can see the stitch there, nice and neat on the back, and then covering in tape. So there I've got my foliages laid out. It's good to have them in little piles, then you know what you've got where. It's easy to get hold of. So now I've got my spray carnations. They've all been wired and taped. I've got one here to show you. I'm going to cut the head off. I'm going to leave about 1 centimetre, I suppose, on the edge there, so I've got something to wrap my wire around. If it needs fluffing out, you can do that. I'm going to take a slightly thicker wire, a green wire. I won't need the full length of it, and use my wire cutters to cut that down, and then just insert this one straight up the stem till you feel it going to the head. Then just tape over, starting over the top of the stem and then over the wire. Okay. And that's some spray cars, and then finally we've got my roses. They're ones I've done earlier, and this one I'm going to show you again. Cut about a centimetre or so below the head, and I'm going to use thicker wire still because it's quite a heavy head. Okay, so now I'm going to wire my rose similar to what I've done earlier. Got my thicker wire, going to put that up the stem there that I've left. Just poke it in till you get the head, and it should be nice and secure. It's not moving anywhere. You just want to tape over the stem and down onto the wire, stretching the tape as you go all the time so that you seal that bottom stem, keep the moisture in, and make it all look the same. Okay, and that's your roses. So now I've got all my different bits I'm going to need. I'm going to start off with my rose and have that as my central flower. Take a few bits of fern, like you would do a hand tied, but on a lot smaller scale. Just dot some of this fern around that main flower. I've got my spray cars, so I'm going to use them. Just bring them slightly down, more angled. You can tweak it about afterwards because they're all on wires. Spread them evenly around. You can use different flowers for this. Doesn't have to be these. Again, it needs to be something quite sturdy because they're now out of water. If they're going to last any length of time, they need to be quite hardy. So I've got them in now. Now I'm going to put a couple of ivy leaves in, different texture. You'll find everything tries to move about in the hand, but that doesn't matter, you can move it back at the end or play about with it. Okay, so I've got them in there. Try to hold it all firmly down the bottom. It's nice and neat, all the stems, all the wires are running straight down. I've got my 3 other roses. I'm going to tuck them around the edge. Again, quite a bit lower down. Bent them out a little bit so you can see them at each angle. This is going to be going on the top of a cake, so it needs to be seen like a posy type shape. Just trying to get a round effect. Okay, and my 3rd rose in there. Now I've got some more fern, which I'm just going to tuck in there as well. Okay, so put all my bits of fern in now. You can see the different textures working together on there. Now I've got my last spray cars. I'm going to tuck them in alongside the other ones, just behind the leaves. Just to create a fuller shape. If you had different colour spray cars, you could use them. You could use a small chrysanthemum also. And then my ruscus, I'm just going to run around the outside. Trying to hold it all together. Until it creates a kind of collar just underneath all of the work.